And it's Ken Kraetzer for CBSI Services and PACE, the Professional Association for Customer Engagement. We're at the 2018 Spring Conference in Atlanta. I have a chance to talk with Dean Garfinkel of Quality Contact Solutions. Dean, good to see you. Looks like this is going to be a terrific meeting.
ACX 18 is going to be awesome. It's going to be one of our better conferences. Large attendance, great tracks, a lot going on in the industry.
Very good. Now, if you would, tell us a little bit about your company. I know you're based in Nebraska.
Quality Voice of Data, we provide local caller ID phone numbers for call centers. We provide compliance phones and texting services. Basically, telecom technology for the call center.
Very good. And I know one of the issues that is going to be discussed is the blocking of calls for commercial companies due to controls on spam and robocalling. What are some of the remedies that you see to that?
It's a big issue that we're all facing, and it faces all businesses. I mean, basically, we understand that robocalls are offensive to people, and a robocall is already illegal. It's a pre-recorded message that's sent by electronic equipment, and it shouldn't happen. It's illegal, and there's rules on the books. But because the government hasn't been able to stop that, they've now looked at these analytic companies to provide analytics to telephone carriers so that they can block calls in real time based upon velocity and other analytics that they're using. So a call center, a legitimate call center, a big cable operator who's making outbound calls to their customers to tell them that their bill is past due or that there's a promotion coming up that they're interested in. Those calls are getting blocked because the analytic companies think of them as robocalls, and they're not. And so what the consumers are seeing on their phone is the word telemarketer or spam, and in some cases the calls are not even going through. And this is impacting legitimate businesses. Schools sending notices, come pick up your kids. It's impacting banks, letting people know that maybe they have other issues like spam. And because of the volume of calls of some of the larger companies, they might appear to be robocalls, but they're not. So one of the services our company provides is we provide phone numbers and we do a validation on them, a 7-star check to make sure these numbers are not being reported or indicated by the analytic companies as spam or telemarketer.
And PACE has been a leader nationally, a lot of efforts in Washington to work with the various regulators, the Federal Communications Commission, Federal Trade Commission, about how to best protect customers from robocalling, but also let legitimate companies make calls to reach their customers. I know there's been a special effort to create some technology that will help that process along. Maybe you could tell us a little bit about that.
So right now, this is a new industry providing analytics to telephone carriers. They've never used it before. And with it, there has to be some governance set up. So PACE has formed a PACE CPC, which is the Call Protection Coalition, which is run by PACE. And on the coalition, we have telephone carriers, AT&T, Verizon, all the big players, as well as the analytic companies like First Orion and Haya and a bunch of the others, as well as BPOs and representation from this industry, including the FTC and the FCC, who are also coming and attending each of these meetings. We've had 3 so far, we're on to the 4th, and we're talking about governance. We're talking about how do we separate the call that's legitimate, legal, and wanted versus the call that's a robocall that's a scam and illegal, and how to prevent the gray matter, which is legitimate businesses being blocked because of the better good, if you would. So there's a lot of conversations going. We're talking about indicators telling us when calls are being blocked. Right now, that's not happening. We're talking about a way to go to a central location and say, hey, don't block our number. This is United Health Group making calls to tell members they got 1 week left to enroll. And just because we have 800 agents doesn't mean it's a robocall. It just means we have a lot of people working the case. So the coalition is working on it. PACE is behind it. Hopefully we're going to make some good progress and there'll be solutions that'll help industry and business alike.
Very good, Dean. You're a terrific spokesperson for the industry and best practices. Just tell us a little bit, if you would, the path of your career.
I've been in business about 20 years. Telecom is my background. Compliance. I owned a company called Call Compliance. We were one of the first in the industry when Do Not Call came out. I own a patent on a central office product that blocks numbers for do not call. I invented that. So I've been early adopter of DNC and best policy practices and using technology to help contact centers and outbound marketers comply. And what we do today is just it's just morphed. So 20 plus years, totally involved on the technology and compliance side and offering products that are needed by the industry.
Very good. Dean Garfinkel from Quality Contact Solutions, the Chief Operating Officer and Principal. Great to see you here at the PACE Conference in Atlanta.
Thanks, Ken. It was good to see you too. And thanks for keep coming back.
Absolutely, I always enjoy it. It's Ken Kraetzer for CBSI and PACE Professional Association for Customer Engagement at the Atlanta Conference.